Okay, hello guys. We're going to see past continuous. And what's past continuous? Well, let's talk about some definitions. Well, first of all, we have this timeline, and then started in the past, interrupted in some point, and ended in the past. I mean, this is referring people or time. I mean, it can be. I was studying, for example. I was, reading, and then my dad came to me and said, "Stop doing that." Okay, so I was reading, and then my dad came to me and said, "Stop doing that." It's a thing that is interrupted. In this case, my reading is interrupted by my dad. So that's what I'm referring with this meaning. And then the second one is that it refers to two things happening at the same time in the past. For example, it can be, I was studying while I was, listening to music. Okay? I was studying while I was listening to music. This is the other meaning. It's an event that is happening in the past, I was studying, and then the other one that is happening in the past too. I was listening to music. But they are happening at the same time. Well, that's the reason we use while. Okay? So now we're going to see which auxiliary verb you have to use with every subject. Okay, we have I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So you have I, in which you can use either was or were, depending on what are you talking about. I mean, this is used for conditionals more than past continuous. So let's keep this in mind. Then we have this one, in which you have to use were, and these three subjects that are called third person singular goes with was. And then we have we, that's a plural subject, we have to use were, and the last one, that is they, we have to use were. Okay? That's what I wanted to show. And now we're going to see some structure. Okay, let's see. To affirmative sentences, we use subject plus auxiliary verb plus a main verb, every verb that you have in mind. That's the meaning of main verb, every verb. And the complement to give context to the sentence. So, we have the let's pick a subject. You. plus auxiliary verb. We have to remember that with you we have to use were. So you were, then main verb, which can be, I don't know, run, plus the ing, plus the ing, because it's a continuous tense. So the verb will be something like running. And then the complement, that could be in the street. Okay? You, the subject, were the auxiliary verb, run, the main verb with ing form, and then in the street, that is the complement. So, here we have an example of an affirmative sentence using past continuous. So, let's see another one. Let's pick another subject. She. We have the auxiliary verb that is was. We have to remember that she, he, and it goes with was because they are third person singular. Then we have the main verb, which is, let's use run again. Run plus the ing. This will be something like this. Running. And then the complement in the street. Okay, so there's another example of affirmative sentences with the subject she, the auxiliary verb was, the main verb run plus the ing of the because of continuous tense, running, and then the complement in the street. So now we're going to see negative sentences. We start with the subject again, then we add the auxiliary verb plus not to make it negative. Then we add main verb as the last one. And then the complement. So, or the object, depending on the way. Okay, so we have, I don't know, they as a subject. We have to remember that this is a plural verb, this is a plural subject, sorry. So we have to use were as an auxiliary verb and the particle not to make it negative. That's what I said before. They were not. Then the main verb, that could be, I don't know, studying. And then the complement in English. Okay? So, we have the subject they, the auxiliary verb were not, were the particle not, were not, they were not. Then we have the main verb studying, and then the complement English. So the sentence will be something like, they were not studying English. Okay? Now, let's see other example. Let's pick another subject. Let's use, I don't know, sorry. My neighbor. Okay, this is he or she. Could be both. Okay. Then we have auxiliary verb, in which you will have to use Was because my neighbor can be he or she. So my neighbor was, then the particle not, was not, then the main verb, studying, English. So, okay, my neighbor as a subject was not, the auxiliary verb was not, then the main verb, studying, and then the complement, English. Okay? So, now we're going to see interrogative form of past continuous tense. So, as in all interrogative sentences, we have to start with the auxiliary verb. So, auxiliary verb. Then we have to use subject, then subject, then main verb, and then the complement. Okay, so let's make an example to understand it in a good way. So we have, I know, let's speak where, then subject, you, then a main verb, I know, sing, and then the complement, I know, it could be in your room. Were you singing in your room? I forgot the question mark. It's very important in continuous tenses. Okay, so we have were as auxiliary verb, you as the subject, singing as the main verb, and then in your room as the complement. You have to remember that this is continuous tense, so you have to add the ing to every main verb, either in affirmative, negative, or interrogative sentences. Okay? So, you can construct sentences. You can construct auxiliary verb with the particle not in this way. Okay? In an informal situation, you can just say, instead of was not, you can say wasn't. Okay? You just have to drop the O and add an apostrophe between N and T. Okay? As the same as were, you can say weren't. Were not, you can say weren't. Okay? As the same before, you drop the O and add an apostrophe between N and T. So, that's all, guys. I hope this could be useful for you.
Now we're going to have some examples about past continuous. Well, we're going to deal first with the affirmative form of the tense. So, now we have I, be, read, in my room, last week. Well, now have I read in my room last week. So, now we have the subject. This subject is I, so we have to know that the auxiliary verb have to change to was. So, I was. And then we have the main verb. The main verb will change, just adding ing after it. So, it will be something like I was reading in my room last week. Then we have the other example, which is he. Sorry, a little bit bigger. He be sleep on the red bed. Well, he be sleep on the red bed. So here we have a third person singular pronoun. So we have to change the auxiliary be to was again. So then we have the main verb sleep, and we know that we have to add ing because of the continuous tense. So the sentence will be something like he was sleeping on the red bed. Well, now we're going to have some examples with the negative form of the tense. Negative form. With the negative form of the verb. So all over the tense. So we have this example, they be plus not run, be plus not, run in the street. They be not run in the street. So we have this subject that is plural, so we have to know that the auxiliary verb will change to were. So it would be they were. We have to add the particle not to make it negative. And then we have the main verb run, which is changed to running. Running. So the sentence will be something like they were not running in the street. Or if you want to make it shorter, you can use contractions. Weren't running. Or if you want, you can just say they were not running in the street. It doesn't matter. And then the next sample. John's girlfriend did not enjoy her meal very much. John's girlfriend did not enjoy her meal very much. So, in this case, we have this subject, John's girlfriend, which is third person singular, she. So, we have to change the main verb to was. So, it will be something like she was. We have to add the particle not to make it negative. And then we have to change the main verb to ing because of the continuous tense. So it's enjoying. So she or John's girlfriend was not enjoying her meal very much. And then we have the the interrogative sentences of the same tense. The interrogative form of the sentence. So, the example. B. He flirted with Darling. Well, now we have the he subject that is third person singular, so we have to deal with where. And then we have the main verb flirt, that is changed with ing because of the continuous tense. So it have to be something like, were he flirting with Darling? And exclamation mark. And then we have the other example. Beating the dirty dogs. Run in the park. Be the dirty dogs run in the park. Well, now we have this subject, the dirty dogs, which is they, because it's plural. So, be they run in the park. If this is they, we have to change the auxiliary verb to were. So, were they run in the park? Now we have the main verb, which is run. We just have to change it, adding the ing to the end of the verb. So, run. Were they running in the park? And that's it, my friends.